to we want the student or your kids to have a bright future for their life. So whatever in the situation, we as a parents, we try our best to help them. As a school, we are on your side to help you to make the family and the school together to unify our strategy to help them, mainly to sort of consolidation the foundation of the kids and the methodology of the study. That's the basic. If they have the good ones, then for the long future, even for the secondary 5 years and even the CGIP 2 years and university 3 or 4 years, well, we have not too much worried about it. But if there is no strong foundation and study strategy or study methodology, then maybe we continue worry for the whole study period for the students. So parents really are respectful to want to help the kids, but some parents are doing very well. They have the good methodology, but some no. Actually, they discourage the student to do a good job. So today I want to share some information, share some methodology to you, because I worked in Montreal for this field already for 20 years, 21 years. I think my ideas are referable and proved is a good, it's a good. Okay, so today we will cover like plan for kids education, school rank of Quebec secondary schools. Last year is 460 something secondary schools cover the whole Montreal, whole Quebec provinces. How to choose the right school with your child, and school, how much it costs, and what's the special character for the school entry exam. In the winter, that's why I said in August. This one we will not cover it for today. Like, what's the scenario? The school of the student often apply the exam. Some school exam format and contents. But don't worry, those things are already in our mind and already in our document. Especially for the grade 5, we composed our own document by our school. We spent a lot of effort in that. And all the information necessary for the kids and also for the exam, we merged it into our materials and even in the mock exam in the summer camp. And also, we will give you some advices before and after your second entry exam. So those ones were covered in the autumn, usually in the later August, not in this session. This session, I will spend more time on the methodology to help the kids and have the methodology of the kids can use. Okay. Like main content also here, like what's our 20 years education philosophy and what's our, time being, we make some change and adjustment, what we do. And I want to share with you how should the student learn effectively and how can you, as a parents, cooperate with our school to help your children for their study. Also, I will introduce some information about the summer camp, online and on-site. Then you can have a right choose if you want. So the system usually 2 years for preschool and 6 years for elementary. Then go to the general secondary 5 years, and some go to the vocational study. After 2 years, second one, second two, some students don't have enough score, then they will advise to go to the vocational trainings. And after they finish the secondary school and get the certificate of DES, then they go to the CGP level study, level 4. Also have a two orientation, two direction. One is generally university oriented for 2 years program. One is for the vocational job market oriented for 3 years programs. Then they join the university to do the bachelor degrees. But also, if you choose a 3-year program, you change your mind, you can go to the university also, apply for it, or you go to the job market. Then the university high levels like master and doctorate studies. And finally, everybody could join the job market. And if you are not strong enough, and the market don't give you the chance, you might go to the adult education and enhance your ability. So from the bottom, education in primary focused on the development of personality. Students are not required to study hard and have a lot of homework. This is the normal situation now in the local schools. But some of the family, some of the community, there is different ideas. So we try to compromise to be too hard or to be too easy. We try to find a way in the middle, let the kids to have enough time to develop their own personality, but also have some time to focus on the study. This is primary. And also, bless you. Also primary, grade 4 and grade 5 with the bulletin is most important because now, especially after the COVID-19, we have a lot of change. The exam taken by all the schools. Now, many schools drop the exam and based on the bulletin itself and evaluated the student. Some schools continue to have the exam, but many schools don't have. And also you can see the grade 10, the grade 11, the second, 4, and 5, which is most important because after that, the CGIP will choose a student based on the second, 4, and 5. And today I have a news that is not so good. The family don't know the university choose a student. They based on the two period. One is CGIP. How is the performance in your CGIP? And another indication is how is the second, 4, and 5 performance of you and your classmates. So I had a student, and the mother told me today he's accepted by the McGill, but not so strong because he was graduate. He's a student union chairperson, and he's doing very well in the Notre Dame de Sacré-Cœur. And he was accepted by the Marianopolis and Jean de Brebeuf. But he chose Downson. He thought, I'm strong enough, I will be the leading person in the Downson, and easily. But when go to the university, they not only to see your performance in the CGIP, which he is very good, but at the meantime, his R score is very not so good because his classmates is not so strong in the secondary 4 and secondary 5. So his score is not very strong, high enough because his CGP indication indicates that he's very good, strong. But for the secondary, is not so is quite low compared to his performance in the CGP. So because family thought the university is based on the CGP only, no, based on CGP and secondary also. That is a very, very important, and many family and many parents don't know that, and give some wrong direction for the kids. Today I got one news from one of my students, and just accepted by the McGill, but they are not so satisfied. Then they told me the reason. Then I told them, yeah, because your classmates are not strong enough, and you get a low R score. Yeah, that's the way. So secondary school education is a very, very important stage for connecting the past with the establishing an outlook in a student's life. This is a very, very important time because it's a teenage time. Teenage, what's it mean? The most susceptible to the influence of the peers. So they got the influence from their classmates instead of parents. And also, this is a time to against the parents. So you will sort of lose control or lose impact to your kids, and mostly impacted by the classmates or the people surrounding. So that's why we are not only choose a school for the good education, and in the meantime, we try to find some good friends, good surrounding people for your kids, which will impact their world of view. So that's why this is a very, very important to find a good school. And also we find the friendship in the middle school, in the secondary school is a lifelong time. Friendship, that's very important. Who you are with in life is really important. It's a sort of proverb. Okay, school ranking is by the Fraser Institute. Starting from 1998, there is a first report after almost every year have one, but some years they didn't do it. Recently they did it in the 2023 and 2024. Compare only for these two school rank, I prefer more 2023 because 20 is a 10 parallel tiered #1 schools, but 24 there is two good ones, but Jean-de-Brébeuf Yang'er even is not in the first and second. That is a little bit rare. Okay, so the listing is we are mainly based on the 2023. There is a lot of controversy for the school rank. That's why some year they didn't do it because some school are against a lot. No. School is not only for the score. School is for the well-educated in all the perspective for the student. So if we are always concentrate for the school rank, it's harmful for the school to do their good job. So that's why there's a lot of, but we have no other good way to understand the schools. So school rank is still a good one of the good way to understand the schools. Is a good references. Like 2003 school rank by the Institute of Fraser, which is based on in the Vancouver. You can see there's 10 tier #1. Tier #1. So then you see like St. Louis is an international school in the West Island in the Lachine area, and Jean-de-Brébeuf, Jean-Ert, Pasteur International School in Montreal, which is in near the Atwater Metro, Charlemagne, which is in the West Island, and Saint-Nom-de-Marie, which is a girls' school, and Beauvoir also in the Saint-Laurent area, belong to the West Island mainly. And Saint Alexandra, which is in the Gatineau, and also College Laval, which is a private school in the Laval. After the 10 number one, and we have the others. But in this page, still all the schools still is as a good school, like. And the second indication you can see here, last year is number one, but last 5 years average also number one. Last year number one, 5-year average is number one. But for this one, like Pasteur, last year, 2023 is number one, but 5 years is number five. Saint-Nom-de-Marie, 5 years is 12. College Laval is 17. Compared to the Saint-Sacrement in Terrebonne, his 5-year average is 5. So somehow, Saint-Sacrement also is a strong school should be in this school, because the difference is this is 10.0 and they're 9.8. Is a slight difference. But you see, 5 years they are 9.7. This school 9.3. So you can, this is both in the Laval area. This is in Terrebonne in the east side of Laval. So you can, based on this page, you will know more. In somehow, Saint-Sacrement even better than College Laval. Even this is number one, this is number 11. Understand? Saint-Denis-la-Chine could be, you see, is number 7. Equal International McMaster is number 1, but this year is 9.6, is number 13. And Saint-Mathurin, which is a girls' school, they have a primary school which is boy and girls, but in the secondary is only girls. Jean-de-la-Mannais in South Shore, École International for Laval. This is English school study. Saint Estelle International School in South Shore. And the Royal West, those are English schools. Notre Dame-le-Sacré-Cœur. Notre Dame-le-Sacré-Cœur now come to the 20, but 1 year it drops to 60. So climb until 5 years for 35, but last year is 20, is coming up again. Then Regina Sampata, in the 20 years ago, is always number 3. Jean Brebeuf, Jean and Regina Sampata, but those years dropped. And the 5 year is 20, and 2023 is 25. This is 9.1, 9.1. Loyola, Mont Saint Louis. Mont Saint Louis is a star school. It was quite low, but those years are coming up. And Sauvel House is English. Durocher Saint Lambert, which for South Shore, could be better score. Okay. Roberval, this is a star school. Roberval is a public school. It usually beyond 100, but now comes to 33, and 5 years 35. Those years, Roberval did very, very good job for the school and for the student. I hope you guys can follow me. So Roberval is like 80.7, 80.5. That is quite a good rank. So within 100, how many distribution for the different schools, like private French, public French, private English, public English. This is a private, this is public. Sorry, it's a mistake here. And in Greater Montreal and Quebec, other areas, usually like around, you see, 80% is belong to the French system. Around less than 20 is the English system. Around 70% in Montreal. And the difference, the tuition fee now is come to around 5,000. And the rest almost the same. So main difference with public and private is the tuition fee. Public is no tuition fee. Only even the international school, you have 300 cost for the IB program fee. But for the private, now it's charged around 5,000. Is it worse? You decide by yourself. Okay, now I did a scan of the brief of the school. Firstly, the university usually is 3 years, and they choose student based on the CGIP. It's called R score. Then CGIP is based on the secondary 4 and 5. But I told you, because it uses R score, so university uses the CGIP information and secondary information to decide your R score. This is a very complicated score. This secondary is use a score like 90%, 50%, but R score is like is a calculation after calculation score. Okay. And before 5 years, now some kids in the grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6, maybe majority of the parents here. And this left is indication of the school rank. So now we're like 2023, there's 10, number 10. Okay, suppose we have a good school like before the St. Luke in NDG. Now St. Luke is dropped down a little bit, like the school in the West Island. And also like in the Dorval, it's a Jean Van Trois. In West Island, near the Fairview, it's called Point Claire. There's a secondary school called Felix Leclerc. Is in this level, like 6.9. They are good public schools. So if a student in this Felix Leclerc, very, very strong, he studied every subject 100%. If we put him in the Charlemagne, Jean de Brebeuf, then his score is 69% average. But a student in those top schools, they're 100%, they're truly 100%. We have a school like St. Harry, you know, the Metro St. Harry, there's a secondary school just nearby. A student very strong, student D, he got 100% of all the subjects. But if we move him to the group 1, he got 30% every subject. I think you understand what's the school rank mean, because I use this picture to my student, tell them that's a situation. I ask them firstly, do you want join the university later on? 100% raise their hand. Then I give the picture to them. I said, okay, you have a choice to go to this kind of school or choose a school to be here. Which school you want to choose? They all hand choose here. Then I tell them, okay, you understand the situation. You understand what's the things. So in that case, students understand why I ask them to study hard, sacrifice their spare time in the weekend, their spare time in summertime to join the school for the tutoring. Do you understand? Okay, yeah, that's the reason I'm here. I said, yeah, otherwise, if you don't, you can rest at home. So I hope you guys follow this idea. Okay, how much you cost? We have the updated information from January 2025 to 2026 school year. The tuition fee is 5,000 something. Registration fee, donation, material, other student 400, and also majority, 90% more use the iPad instead of books. So they want to buy the iPad and the uniform which you buy from the third party, not from the school. And for the special programs like dancing, hockey, you pay for that. So mainly difference is the tuition fee. The others, even public school, they have the similar cost. iPad also, public school also have a uniform and iPad and some activities. So mainly public and private difference is the tuition fee, as I said before. Okay, how much you earn as a family and how is the result of your kids' study? If you are rich, usually your kids sometimes have a better score. If you really don't have enough money, instead, particularly, the score of your kids are not so good. This is for 2020 Academy, Royal West Academy with the James Lin comparison. It gives you some idea what's the difference. So money is not good, but money is important. Okay. Open house usually is September, but some school now starting from April, so be careful. We have some information updated in our website. Please follow it. Some school, they have the application finished area, like some majority application is June to September before the exam. But some school finish area. Like John Brebeuf, they finished like area of August. So some student lost the chance to make the application. Never see join the exam. You even lost the application time. So be careful to know about it. And some school based on the bulletin, but still some school like John Brebeuf, Jean Manet, they want to take the exam. The exam time usually September to October. This year, John Brebeuf in the middle of September. So we have the last program after August, end of August to September to help the kids to go again safely. Registration usually after exam for 1 to 2 weeks, you need to register. What's the exam? What does it do? The exam have French, math, and logic. Logic actually is test for the IQ of the student. They name it as a study ability. Like some school, Jean Brebeuf, they have the math exam, but they brace it at the logic. In my understanding, the majority of the topics is based on the logic. They want to know the student is a high IQ or so or low IQ, and they want the good IQ student. How to choose a good school with your kids. That means you not only choose by yourself, behave nicely and patient enough to discuss with your child, because this is for his lifetime study. As you said, later on, there's no exam. It's all based on the scores of the daily study. So you have a chance from primary to secondary to choose a good school. Many schools now, they not only for the school rank, also they spend so much effort, they want to choose a good student. There is a lot of competition between the secondary schools. Among the secondary schools, everybody wants a good student. So that's the truth. That's the truth. And okay, based on what we choose our secondary entry school, like study ability, the strengths of your kids, of my student. like 2025 summer camp, grade 5, Saint Laurent report, online report, or South Shore report. So based on all the students of our school, we have statistics and we will see the strengths of our student. And second, you consider about the school characters and school spirit, references and expertise, and also where my friends go. That's important. And sometimes location and sometimes money. If your pocket don't have enough money, you have no too much choice. IB program. IB program, somehow important in the public system, like all the classes is IB program is called international secondary school. Or if we only have some class with IB program is called IB classes, but you cannot call your international school. We have now in Montreal, Greater Montreal area, 6 secondary schools is called international secondary schools. Usually, West Island School Board have 2, like St. Louis and Montreal Secondary School. South Shore, we have Lucent Estelle. Laval have Laval Secondary School. And South Shore, we have another one which is belong to another school board in South Shore, is called McMasterville International School. And the secondary international school in Montreal, which is based on the Metro Atwater. So we have 6. And this is a good program, but not so, it's good, but not like the only program which is good. Actually, last year, Jean Berbeuf, Vincent Salon-Marie, who used the IB program before and they dropped, they now don't use the IB program by themselves. This is a sort of franchise. You can join, you can drop. Okay. So it's good, but some you see like Jean Berbeuf, they used it about 10 years. Vincent Salon-Marie used many years, from 1995 until 2022. In the same year, they both dropped the IB program. Now we still have some school like Charlemagne, Ville Maria, Notre-Dame-des-Lots. Some private schools still use the IB program, but the majority dropped. And co-education or single-sex education. Jean Berbeuf in the 2014, they have the girls, but the boys and the girls are separated. But in the English system, we still have we have 2 boys school like Sawyer House School and Loyal High West. For the girls, in the French system, we have Pension Salon-Marie, College Saint-Mathurin, and Villa Saint-Mathurin. Before we had, but we have English system, we have study, Miss Age and Miss Krebs, and some like others. In French system, we have Regina Sambutin, Saint-Anne-de-la-Chine, Ville Maria was girls' school, and they changed it to the co-education. Co-education is good. Someone said single is sex is good. So it depends on your view idea and also your kid's idea. Not too much difference. We cannot say this system is better than that system. Sometimes there is a research report, this is good. And another research report, that one is the best. So, we cannot say which one is, we cannot judge them. Okay. What's the admission criteria? Okay. Usually they still want the performance of the average school. And your school, student school, and average score of your class, Then we will see you are in the good or not so good. And also, some school use the lucky draw, like Gendarmerie. And now Montreal International School also apply starting from 2019. They have lucky draw. That means as long as you meet our standard, then we put the poll. Then we have the lucky draw. That is somewhere somehow fair, somewhere somehow unfair, because most, like one of my students, she got 100 for math, 98 for French, and walking distance to the gendarmerie, but she didn't get the lucky draw. Parents are really not happy. And but it's a good news. Finally, in the waiting list, she was accepted later on. Okay, like international school, they want your bulletin French and math over 75. If not, even application, you don't need to do it necessary. And for another example, gendarmerie, they have general classes and they have enriched classes. For general, for the exam, you should over 65, but for the bulletin, over 70, and your study ability, that means IQ is 100. But for the enriched program, for the exam and the bulletin should both over 85% for French and math, and your IQ study is 120 over. Then you can be selected or lucky draw in the enriched pool, or you lucky draw in the general pool. So St. Louis, we have some idea for you. For secondary, for grade 4 is 40%. For grade 5, 60%. And also in the meantime, French is 40% in the grade 5, but grade math in the grade 5 is 20%. For grade 4, French is 28% and math is 12. So in total is 100%. You understand the importance? This is different. This is different. So it's different. Okay, thank you. So grade 4 and grade 5 more important. French is more important than math. The entry exam for the brevet as an example. They have 1 hour, give you 1 hour and 74 questions as a multiple choice response to do the logic. And at the beginning, you have a small questionnaire, see whether you are first choice to our school or why, or it's not. Then have a break, then have the 10 phases dictation, then have the grammar test, 50 questions, so many years, always 20 minutes. Imagine now by your parents. How can you finish 50 questions in 20 minutes? What's the mean? 1 minute you finish 2.5 questions for grammar. Can you do it? Difficult. But don't worry, the student for elite, they can, because we have a lot of practice for them. They got speeding and they get used to, and they get the strong consolidate knowledge for the grammars. They can do it well. And finally, the exam, they have comprehending lecture and production key. Okay, this is the sample of a school. We merged all those concepts in our materials already. Okay, this is the open house. This is the exam date. This is 24. This is the year before. This is last year. And this year in August, we will give you another for 2025 exam data and 2025 open house date. This is something we do it last year and we will continue for this year. When it's a registration, you see, like Pension Sonoma Mahi, like College Mohai, they already started and they will finish soon. But College Mohai will have another registration period. And Pension Sonoma Mahi also in the middle of August to middle of September have another registration. But Brebeuf, they starting from beginning of June and finish early of August. So in August 15, if you want to apply for the general Brebeuf exam, sorry, closed. Sorry, closed. So you should understand that to get the time instead of lose their chance. This is for Montreal schools. Where you can get the information from the website, but also you can from Elite website. We always keep updated. Now, this one for last year is 2024, August 19, updated date. Now we already updated to last week, 2025, March. And we sent some information out already. Okay, so what we do to keep our elite college student up to date, and also we try to optimize our teaching methodology to have more efficient result for the teaching and study of elite college. We have in the summertime 3 French half a day and 2 math class each week by professional teachers. And each class has 2 mock exam and 1 exam review. So you understand the structure, but not necessarily which day, because we have different classes, we should have the balance of the teacher and the balance of the classroom. So, but this is a standard. All the students have a similar structure of what they do in the summer. And the rest of the time is activities like go to the park, go to the maybe swimming pool, something like this. But also some parents say, okay, my kids guys tell us, okay, it's very, very noisy in the class, and they feel no good. But you should understand for different time. Like the mock exam time, like 150 questions. Some students finish it 1 hour and half an hour. So then when they finished, they make noises, but many students still continuing doing. So we difficult to balance it. Also for the exam review, some students get 90% correct, some students get 50% correct. So teacher will balance it, try to let all the students understand all the questions. But for the 90% or 95% of the student corrected, he has lost interest in, make some noises. So it's very difficult to control. You should, as a parent, you should, when you get some message like this, okay, you should divide whether it's in the teaching time, like the French, 3 French morning, French classes or math classes, is it noise or is it exam time? Understand? If it's in the teaching time, that is really not good. Tell us. But if it's exam time, try to understand. And for the exam, all the exam, we have a correction time. That's sometimes is noise sometimes. And we put all the correction by the student and the exam explanation by the exam review time to do it. So it's different, idea, different arrangement. Don't worry too much for that. Sometimes parents ask, hey, we corrected, but we don't know whether it's really correct or no. And we don't know this is a wrong answer for my kids. When we can have the correct answer, wait, maybe Friday. You understand? We have an exam review time. And you could understand all the exam papers will be brought to the home for student review and show to the parents. But many parents, I don't know. You have exam paper at home? No, I never saw it. Tell me, how is my kid's performance? I said, yeah, from the paper, you will see it. 80%, not too bad. 30%, big problem. You understand? But if you don't see the exam paper, then you asking a lot to my office. But actually, you lose the best chance to see the exam paper. And this is like 2023. All of my students for grade 5, all the mock test exams, we have a statistics. Then if we see, okay, when you see your kids have a 75% and his level in the class could be average. But if he's 96%, his level is in the top. It's very good. So, this is a finger. And this one we will give it to the parents at the end. And you compare to your exam paper of your kids, you will have a very, very good idea how about your kids' study and ability. And the exams, we also have a correction. Some we do it correction, some we don't do it. For the grade 5, we also give them some speech skill exercises in the activity time. And the kids really liked a lot. We asked them to read some books and write resume, then present it in their class. This is very, very good practice. We developed it during the COVID-19 time. Resume. And also, we want our students to work in 2 legs. One is self-accumulation, one is teacher's guide. But some of students, they work by 1 leg. Because 1 leg self-accumulation, they don't care. Parents don't care. And they lost 1 leg. They only depend on the teacher. No. You should depend on the kids also. I will have some more explanation after. When you find the transcript, how to analyze it, that's it. You see, for the bulletin in your school, you have leeg and ik and communique oral, element. Those ones you will know the level of different area of your keys. And the math, there is 2, like resolution of the situation, the programs, and utility the raisonnement mathematics. So you will, if this problem is law school, majority not only the math problem is French problem, because this is a question. The situation problems, which is the question topics, is based on your understanding and of the contents, which is mainly depends on your French level. So sometimes the parents come, hey, my kids the math problem. French is not too bad. I said no. If in that case, French is not good enough. It's good, but not enough. And we, based on our statistics, we analyze of the student and we give the different advices to them. This one too, like you see, French 86, 77, 91, and the average is 83. The class average is 82. This student spent a lot of time. He is in the private school in Gendarmerie indeed. And he studying elite college. And every day he has a tutor. But he is like in the average. So that's not what the parents want. Then when I know the situation, I said, okay, you cut the tutoring, leave 1 or 2 times each week maximum. Because he lost a chance, he only working by one leg. He has a lot of teacher. He has too much teacher. And he lost his self-accumulation. So he lost one leg. That's a problem for those kids. So finally he got good because he changed the way help the kids. Parents spend so much money for the tutoring, but no good for your kids and bad result. And you can see math is on 80 and 95. The result is 91 and the average is 88. It's not strong enough. The main problem is here, is problem solving. I said this problem mainly come from the French. So when the French is stronger, this one will high. They'll be much high than average. You understand? You can follow me? Thank you. Yeah, another case here. French is 90, 90, 90, and average is 92, 82. She is very strong in French. So the parents, my kid, French is so good, no problem. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata is no problem in Africa, in one of language in Africa. Hakuna Matata. Okay, but the student, the same student, he has a math 77 and 95. About the total rate is just above the average. You see the problem here, 77. So the parent tell me, could you, principal, help my kids for the math? I said, no. Her problem is not math, her problem is French. As long as French is stronger, her math will be good. But he said, no, French is good, 90%, 90%, 90%. We are very good in French. I said, no. Especially this is a girl, twin girls. The girls usually have a good memory and study, follow the teachers. So when they exam for French, they are good. But beyond the book, beyond what they learn from school, they get lost. That means their comprehensive ability is not strong enough. So instead of help them in math, because they play tennis, they spend a lot of time in tennis, so they don't have enough time to come to elite college. I said, okay, limited time I put on French. Finally, they got good and accepted by this pension Mahi. So when you have the bulletin, you should try to have a good analysis. Then you get a good, you know where really the problem is. Otherwise, like this student, I spent time in math class, not so much good. Instead, in French class, her math will come up quickly. So I emphasize here language, language, language. That means French, French, French. But if the English school said English, 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 the language is the most important foundation for your kids' study. And after that, math. Math and French is good, science, no problem. French is good, history and geography has not big problem. But problem still in French. Some parents said, how can I do? Give me some idea. I have no, I got mad. My kids' language is no good. Usually this kind of kids, they don't read books. They don't have a lot of storybook at home. They don't borrow the books from the library. The language is is not so good. So we will see here. Okay, like a student, he put some self-accumulated information. He do the homework, and his fridge, his brain has a lot of information inside. So the parents, who is a normal person, no education for the cooking, can make a good dish. But another student, he don't use he didn't get a chance to self-accumulate. He don't do the homework, and you find a very, very famous chef to your home. He can do nothing because he has no material. What he can do? What kind of dish he can do? Eh? Sausage? No sausage. Juice? How can cook the meat? No meat. But here everything has. He can do, but even parents can't do a good food, have good dishes to the family. So it's important we use the refrigerator as our brain, the chef, the cook as our teacher. You understand now? You understand now? So this kids do the homework. This kids reading storybooks, and he come to this class. This kids don't do it, and he come to the class. The teacher is same teacher. Class is same class. He got 90%, he got 50%. That's the difference comes from because the same material, same teacher, same schedule. Why there's a difference? Why? Why the difference? Yes, here you find is the problem. So this is very, very important for parents. If you did understand it, that's great. If you don't, you try to understand and change the way to help your kids. That's important. Okay, this is teacher. This is teacher. This is self-accumulation. This is self-accumulation. He got both strong. He can work normally. He lost one leg because he don't do the self-accumulation. He don't read the book. He don't do the homework. He has only one leg. Do you want your kids like this, or you want your kids like this? Tell me. So if you want to like this, don't only depend on the school, depend on the teacher, like tutoring every day. No, because you lost a chance for your kids to have self-accumulation study. Do homework by himself, read storybooks, write a resume. That's important. That's what we do. Ask our student. And the resume, we no need to have the correction for the resume because it's a way of the study. For the time period, like 2 to 3 months, he will gradually write good ones. But you don't discourage him to every time to make the correction and tell you, 10 lines, you have 20 problems, mistakes. What you did? You're no good. Don't discourage them. Oh, you're good, you're good, you're good. Okay, continue, good. After 3 months, he will really to be a good kid. Understand? So don't come to me or come to my office and say, hey, our resume, you never correct it. Why? Our kids already spent time to write it. We don't know which one is correct, which one is not correct. That means you don't understand my teaching philosophy. And it's no good because you somehow discourage your student, at least, especially in the beginning. He makes or she makes a lot of mistake. That's normal. Let it do, continue. He will be better and better and better. After 3 months, you will find the difference. Okay. Okay, so we want the student. One thing important, especially in the summer, combine a questionnaire booklet with areas in one file and revise regularly. He will gradually have less mistake. It's important. So different style methodology, style way have different result. We have only take class, don't do the homework. We don't do the class and homework. Beyond the class and the homework, we read some, have some reading, extracurricular readings. We have, besides reading, we have writing, resume writing. And the most good student, they preview this material before they come to the class. Now we can see the homework importance. We always find some student did the homework, and it looks like the parents know it and they don't care. So I tell them why you should do the homework, why it's important. You can see here. Usually give the concept, and in the class he gives some exercise to understand the concept, and leave some questions as a homework to do it at home to review the concept. Then following class, the teacher explains the homework to understand the concept. So 4 steps. If you don't do the homework, you lost 2 steps. You got 50% only. But if you go to only first 50%, time being, you get lost. The student already go far away, and you are here. Then one day the parents come to me, why my kids every day same thing with my friends, the kids, and he got 90%, my kids get not 50%. Why? I said, we have the same material, we have the same teacher, and different result because of different study methodology. So this one, I talk to the student do understand. I hope the parents also understand the logic. Very important. Also, sometimes I tell to my student, okay, you as Kevin or Charlie, whoever, or Serena, whoever, you are a student, your effort could be 0 to 10. And this is your parents. It's a school. This is your tutor. This is your school teacher. They have a lot of effort, but we put it as a 0. So if you, as a student, you make effort 0, our result is 0. But if you put 1% of effort, you get 10,000. If you get 5 effort, you get 50,000. If you put 10, you get 100,000. Which one you like? This one get 90%, this one get 30%. Understand now? So those pictures nowadays, I show to my student, tell them why your effort is so important. If you don't make your effort, all your parents, school, teachers, nothing. But you work on yourself and you got a lot. You're a billionaire. At least a million sometimes. Okay? So that's important. And I think all of you here understand. Try to let your kids understand it. That's very important. So what's the success facts that the student succeed? Encouragement from the parents. It's mostly important the fact. And get along with students who are motivated to study. That's also important. That's why you want to choose a different school, because if you choose your classmates, you choose your friends. The rest is similar. Okay, submit your work on time, join the class on time, actively prepare for the exam, clarify the purpose of learning and consider future development, focus on learning result, do your best to use your talents. So you see, as a parent, you're so important. Your encouragement is mostly important in the fact the 2,000 students who are excellent and they choose this one as the most important for their study. So today, you spend time for your kids. You should be encouraged too. Yeah, good. Because other parents say, I have a dinner, didn't finish. I have a party. I have a dancing. I have a meeting. I have no chance for my kids. I'm so busy to earn money for my kids. But I don't care the methodology. I'm the best one. But indeed, you are not. You are not an educator. Okay, when you see your child's bulletin, please stand with your child and defeat the problem. Instead, don't stand with the problem and defeat your kids. You understand the difference? Many students do the second. Many parents do the second. Shouting with the kids, ha, 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 you get 50%. I have no dinner for you. No parking for you. You should be punished. But the best way, hey, kids, you get 50%. That's not good. But don't worry, I will help you. I'm on your side. Let's see what's the problem. Oh, because you didn't have time to read a lot of storybooks. Oh, because you're careless during the exam. Oh, because you don't have enough time because we are late. Okay, next time, Daddy never late for the exam time. Because if you're late, not only you lost time, also you lose motivation for the exam. Okay, the final problem, you solve the 50% of the problem already. Then next time your kids will be better. So our parents' hope is, quickly go to the Himalaya mountain. But the kids' plan is like this, bicycling. But the reality is there is a rain, there is a storm, there is snow on the way. So when you find the problem, help the kids, stand with your kids instead of defeat your kids. This is the most important. Don't think that is not you. That's maybe truly is you. Majority of parents do like this in the second way. That's no good. Even my niece also doing like this. I criticized her many times. So difficult to make change. He has always have his her idea. He has no wrong. But indeed, it's wrong. Okay, for our summer camp. Summer camp, we already have more than 20 years of summer camp. And we have an online camp also, which we have 6 years experience too. And this information where you can get it from Elite College. We have the summer camp introduction. We have all the details in the website. For my kids are grade 4, what he will do? Yeah, it's here. My kids is grade 5, what he will do? Here. Primary, secondary, what he will do? Here. So don't need to spend so much time write email to us and ask, what do we do in the summer camp? It's written. It's taught to you. You didn't have a chance. You don't know where you find it. Now you join our meeting today, you understand. For example, grade 4, 10 half a day per week, right? 5 days. So 3 morning is French and math class. Learning the basic knowledge of the next semester. That means if you are grade 4, we use the material for grade 5. And we have 2 morning of English class because we need to emphasize of the English class divided by the levels. And 1.5 half day for read, write, and presentation. This is many kids like it. It's funny, it's good. And half a day dictation. 3 half a day for activities including English club, story, computer knowledge, and music, arts, or outing. So now you understand what your kids will do in the summer camp. And this is for the grade 5. Also, we follow this instruction and do the bulletin, do the schedule. So not necessarily ask us. We follow the best way we did it for 20 years. They always have the better way to help the kids. Okay, this is like on-site camps. And this is the statistics of the student score I showed you. This is for 2022. I showed you 2023. Okay, no effort, no gain. The achievements are well known. We have so many students was accepted by the excellent secondary schools. And we really proud to have our good result and written in the medias also. We have a lot of awards from our students. They get French or Math Excellence Award. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. So if you have some question, please. You wrote it in the chat. Or Madam Chi, can you tell me?
There's a question. It's about what is the difference between general and vocational secondary school?
General and vocational secondary school. General secondary school is oriented to go to the university. Vocational secondary school, some students after secondary 1, secondary 2, they are advised to go to vocational because they don't have a good study. Vocational, that means job market oriented. They are no more going to the university. They will try to find a job in the job market after they have enough ability of their study. Thank you.
No more question in the
chat.
chat. Yeah, if
Yeah, you can no recorded. We open the speak to everybody, and you can ask question directly to me, and we answer you.
yeah, parents, if you
Do you have any question?
you can open your microphone and ask that directly. Okay.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for joining the meeting. I wish you have a good evening and have a good success for your kids. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.